Hello students, I am Professor Jayanta Chakraborty, Faculty of Diploma Mechanical Engineering, Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Science and Technology, under the group of Swami Vivekananda Group of Institution. Today, I'll discuss the introductory class on measurement and control for 5th semester Diploma Mechanical Engineering. Come, what do you mean by measurement or what is measurement? Measurement is the acquisition of information about a state or phenomenon in the world around us. Different scientists gave the different definition according the measurement. According to Max Planck, he said that an experiment is a question which possesses to nature, and a measurement is the recording of the nature's answer. Another quotation by Lord Kelvin: when we can measure what you are speaking about and express it in numbers, you know something about it. It means whenever we talking about something, we have to quantify at first. What is quantify? Quantification or quantify means the collection of the informations in terms of some numbers. This information collection is the aim of the measurement. Suppose when we read a book, we are getting lots of informations, but it is not a measurement because there is no numerical value of our knowledge or informations. So it is not measurement. We can't express our knowledge through the book in terms of numbers. But whenever we are seeing the phenomenon, when converted in the some numerical value, it should be a measurement. There are two types of measurement. One is direct measurement and other one is indirect measurement. Direct measurement means is that we can measure directly by any instrument like length, mass, temperature, which can be measured by steel rule, balance and thermometer respectively. On the other hand, the indirect measurement is those thus we can't measure it directly by any instrument, such as enthalpy, entropy, all are depends on pressure, temperature. By simple calculation, we can get the result of the enthalpy or entropy, but there is no direct value we can measure. So this is indirect measurement. Based upon the number of conversions, there are three basic categories of measurement have been developed. One is primary measurement, and second one is secondary measurement, and the last is tertiary measurement. The primary measurement, in primary measurement, the value of physical parameters is determined by comparing it directly with the reference standards, such as the required information is obtained through sense of sight and touch, that is length, mass, etc. It all provide the objective of informations only. In secondary measurement is the indirect measurement involving one translations are called the secondary measurement. The conversions of the pressure into displacement by bellows is an example of secondary measurement. In case of tertiary measurement, it is the indirect measurement involving two conversions are called tertiary measurement. Remember, in secondary measurement, it was one conversion, and in tertiary measurement, it is for two conversions. It involves two translations also. Example, it is measurement temperature by the thermocouple. The primary signal, that is temperature, is transmitted to the translator, which generates a voltage which is a function of temperature. Then we get the two results, one is temperature and one is the voltage. This is done by the tertiary measurement. The measurement of speed of the rotating shaft by means of the electric tachometer is also an example of the tertiary measurement. Now, the significance of measurement, or why we learn to measure. The first point is to estimate the amount of quantity of something. It means, suppose some guest will come to your home and will cook the food of them. You don't have the proper idea of the meal of the person. Then you cannot make their food. So we have to quantify or the measure the amount of food we can eat. Similarly, in case of industrial application, the quantity, so suppose you are making a job of sufficient material you should gather at first, or you should estimate the which kind of cutting tool or tool you will be required. Then without proper estimation you can't make a job and you can't apply it for the industrial application. Second point, to monitor the industrial purpose. To monitor the industrial purpose, the industrial processes are depends on the quality control, power consumptions, profit, loss, productivity, all are the depends on the proper costing and estimating. So, for the industrial growth and economical growth, measurement has an important role. To monitor any industrialist can monitor his business through the calculation of the profit or loss or the wages, etc., etc. Then the point 3, to inspect the product quality. We can check the quality by taking measurement or taking the mass, etc. Proper checking, we can decide the what should be rejected, the job should be rejected or the selected, then by the proper checking. Then as a basis of control, we can control our AC temperature in the summer by the measurement of temperature 25 degree or 26 degree. Another way, suppose you are going to select a valve in the fluid pipe. If you don't have any idea or any measurement about the discharge or flow rate of the pipe, then you can't select or decide the valve size or pump size in this pipe. So we should the proper basic idea to control any flow or any machine. To verify the laws of nature. Nature, we can distinguish between the summer and winter by the measurement of the temperature, humidity, rainfall, etc., etc. For trading and commerce. For trading and commerce, it has an important role of the mainly based on the economy or mainly profit and loss. Then the trading and commerce, to continue our business, we have to do the proper calculation, proper estimation and the basic concept of measurement. To identify the share and resources. If we don't have any idea about our profit, loss and shares, then we cannot distribute our shares among our shareholders in the proper way. The measure of performance evaluation. A teacher can evaluate the students through proper examination or proper evaluation. We can get the ranking after the examination by the proper interview or proper examinations. Then your obtained mark or your output will be the measurement of your rank. So in above those cases, the measurement is very important for us and it has an important role in our industrial, economical and the educational progress. Then the characteristics of measuring instruments. In case of the characteristics of measuring instrument, any measurement should satisfy 3 conditions. Those are descriptive, selective and objective. Descriptive means there should be a relationship between the object of measurement and the measured result. It means you must have a relationship between the object and measurement and the measured result. Temperature is measured by thermometer, but thermometer can't measure the pressure because there is no relation among the pressure and thermometer. So there should be a proper relation between the object which we are going to measure and the measuring instrument. Then the point selective. We use several kind of information, but we should select the output for which the instrument being used. If we talk about the measure of the wind speed in weather office, it can give us the wind speed and the atmospheric pressure also. But we should select one outcome for which the instrument is being used. The other outcomes are considered as the noise because there is not other objective. So our instrument should be selective. In one word, we can select an instrument for the particular measurement. Then the last point is objective. The third one, the objective, that means the measured outcome is independent of observer. Suppose thermometer. The thermometer is used to measure the temperature. Clinical thermometer is used to measure the human body temperature. A thermometer may be used by a doctor, by a nurse, or by someone else. So there is the main objective is to find out the result of the outcomes. But there is no matter who is used the thermometer. The main functional elements of measuring system, that is primary sensing element, variable conversion element, variable manipulation element, data transmission element, data storage and playback element, and data presentation element. As example, primary sensing element. Suppose we are getting to measure any object through my measuring instrument. The primary, we can sensation the measurement or by sight or touch. Variable conversion element, we can measure different measurement by a single measurement. Then the variable conversion of element is that. Variable manipulation, there should be manipulated some data in this purpose. Data transmission element, we can transfer the data from one element to another. Or data storage or playback element, we can store the measurement value as the data storage. And data presentation element, that is the output of the measurement, that it may be monitor or any the result we can see is called the data presentation element. Here is a block diagram of a measuring system. Whichever I have told in my previous slide, this all is a diagram. It is very, very important for the presentation of the students, the measuring system by through block diagram. Errors in measurement. Every machine have not the efficiency of 100%. The incoming input and output are different. Those are called the errors in measurement. The error is in the measurement is the difference between the measured value and the true value of the measured dimensions. Suppose you are measured a length of a rod, the shaft is 16 millimeter, but the actual value is 15 millimeter. The difference is 1 millimeter is the error. According to the principal errors are two types. One is absolute error and other one is relative error. Absolute error means the error actually is present there. It is absolute error. A relative error, due to the error to take the reading or some illusion, those errors are called the relative errors.